I had a lot of things that I wanted to say to you today. I found out about this in January, and unlike my plan, I wanted to get an early start. And so I had a pretty good head of steam going, and a couple of weeks ago, I was at the undergraduate mixer up in the campus center, and I casually asked somebody in charge, so how much time do I have anyway? And they said 3 minutes. And so I crossed everything out, which is good, because I don't have anything to tell you about where to go, or some guiding principle or nuggets of wisdom gathered from my many years of experience. I mean, I was there, and now I'm here, and so I have something to tell you, and you should follow my map. It's been 21 years between there and here, and I've made a lot of questionable choices. They were all the right ones, as it turned out, so it's okay. But Marlboro College doesn't really teach you to make sensible choices. To make choices, yes. To examine your choices, to question your choices, to discuss your choices, and to analyze and examine and discuss and analyze and examine and discuss and agonize over your choices. And then make them yours. Nowhere between there and here have I had as much freedom of choice, where nothing was rejected except for the lack of a good question, the lack of vigor in the pursuit of that question, lack of clarity in communication of findings, and lack of certitude in defense of that question, and hopefully humility in the face of feedback from the people who've given us so much guidance and wisdom and support through this process and through the years. On this day, I am thankful for all of the ways, having stayed here in Windham County, as many of you may. You'll all work at Mocha Joe's, by the way. I'm thankful for the way that this place has woven itself back through my life so many times and so meaningfully. And I only have a second, but I want to say a couple. Janaki, who I don't think is here, is my heart, and she and her social justice students have brought so much humanity into my classroom for 12 years, and I'm so thankful for that. And Jenny Ramstetter, my mentor and my ally, and in recent years, blessedly, my colleague. And working professionally with her has been one of the greatest rewards and joys of my career, and I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful to have known Bob. Who was lucky enough to have known Bob Engel? Kevin, time spent talking about Bob is not taken away from my allotted time at this podium. But I know I've already run over my time, so I'll be brief. But I cherish every word that passed between that man and I, because unlike a lot of people you talk to, no words were wasted. I've talked to him for hundreds of hours, and I still know less about him than I do about almost anybody in the world. But so much about so many other things. But what I really cherish regarding Bob is the way this community embraced and supported him. And I have to say, as that poor man who lost his wife and then went home to die, was not, as he lost everything bit by bit that made him part of this community, he did not lose this community. T. Wilson bringing him medicine in the mornings, and Jenny and so many friends who I don't know to name, who nourished and supported him and were with him and made sure that that old man in that house in the woods alone was never alone. And I will be thankful and indebted to all of them, all of you, for the rest of my life for that. Thank you. Now, here's your big payoff. Here's the advice to take forward. As I said, I don't know where to tell you to go. You're Marlboro College graduates. I wouldn't embarrass all of us by trying to tell you that. I won't tell you where to go, but I will tell you what you've got. Because that I know for 21 years. I've been to a lot of college graduations, not a lot of college graduations. I've been to a number of college graduations, and this is true. I always feel a little bit of pity, and not out of pride, but I always feel a little bit of pity that I know that those people have not done what you have done. They have not been forged in the fire that you have walked through and honestly survived. Am I right? Out of 2 million people getting undergraduate and graduate degrees today, I did the math. I think it's 0.002% of them have done, and I rounded up, have done what you have done. And you'll carry that with you wherever it is that you decide to go. And I know grown adult people in the world who shrink from things that you know you can do now. Ambiguity, incredibly hard work. Questions that haven't even been asked, walking out on the tightrope with no net, with answers that may not be accepted, but that you are willing to go to ground for. That is something that we all have as we go forward. And I'm so happy to share that with you. And I wish you all the best. Thank you.